Okay, session 11 of our 12-part series on affirmations. We're almost done now. This one we're going to talk about when things get ugly. It's really a kind of, in a way, a continuation of the session we had on trust and trusting yourself. You'll see there's a lot of overlap there. In fact, we could have made it one big slideshow, but we won't. Anyway, if you're new to these videos, the whole concept is we're going to look at a bunch of slides, read them out to yourself, think about them in the context of your trading and see if they're useful to you. If they're not, toss them out and move on to the next one. I'm sure you'll find something useful here and we'll have a chat about it at the end. So please enjoy. Okay, I hope you got something out of it. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did get something out of that. It was a slightly longer session than what we normally do. In fact, about twice as long. This is my pick of slides. Well, I've got a couple actually. Feeling uncomfortable is fine. Again, it goes back to that trust thing. And in fact, a couple of the videos I brought up this whole idea of, we all have that negative voice and the positive voice in our heads, and we have to learn to listen to the good one and ignore the bad one. We all do it. It happens all the time by everything we do, and when the market gets ugly, then the negative voice tends to get louder. Funny that. When I say ugly, it means when you start losing money too. And look, I've been trading, on and off for a good part of 25 years, or in the market for 25 years, and I've traded in various forms as a hedge fund manager, managed accounts, broker, advisor, prop trader, even trading prop, even a coach for a couple of prop firms. So I've seen a lot of ugliness in the market. Interesting story. Many years ago, I went to see a group of private traders. I had the hedge fund at the time, and I saw a group of private traders under the idea that they wanted to not invest money in the fund, but have me trade some of their money. So not do it under my structure, but do it under theirs. And I'm sitting down with the ops manager and the owner of the business. And it was not long after I think I'd had a bad month. I can't remember exactly what it was. You know what? I think it was not long after SEP 11. So that was a bad month. And it may have been, a year or so after that, maybe a year or two. And he said, "Oh, when that happened, will that kind of thing happen again? Not SEP 11, but I mean the results from volatile markets." And I said, as long as we trade those things, there's always that risk of those things happening. They'll happen again, they'll happen in a different format, and sure enough, after that we had the GFC. Sure enough, after that we had other markets crashing or rallying and doing all sorts of other things. Sure enough, we have unexpected election results. We have Brexits. We have all of those things that happen. So markets are uncertain, and no one can predict the future. So there will be ugly times. The longer you trade, the more it will happen. I don't believe in that whole idea of a consistently profitable trader, because the markets are uncertain. Things happen, markets evolve, those participating and how they're doing so evolves. So it's very hard to stay one step ahead of the game in that respect, because you don't know what the game is until it changes. So, I said that to the guy. I said, look, yeah, of course those things are going to happen again. We just try and minimize, the dollar effect when it happens. That's just what we do. Put extra risk in place or different strategies in place, that type of thing. At the time I was trading options. So, we spoke a lot about option strategy and the way you go about managing risk. And we went ahead and I ended up trading for the guy, and sometime down the track, I don't know how it came up, but he said, "Oh, the reason we gave you money to trade was because your answer to that question, it showed you weren't full of shit." So, because it would have been easy to say, "Oh no, we've put XYZ risks in place and that'll never happen again." And I've heard funds talk like that, or traders talk like that, and it's rubbish. Things get ugly, and the longer you trade, the more ugly days or weeks you'll see. And there'll be those days when you can't pick it. You're all out of whack, like a car out of control in the mud or water or whatever. Those things happen. So, and it's just a matter of how you go about dealing with it. I like this slide here. It says, "Feeling uncomfortable is fine. I won't let it affect my decisions." And again, that comes back to that good voice and that bad voice sitting on your shoulder. The good angel and the devil. Telling you two different things to do, and it's about which one do you trust, which one do you listen to. The longer you're in the market, the more that will make sense, and the longer you're in the market, the more you know which one to trust and which one is the good one. Sometimes it's not that clear, and they say sometimes the best decisions are the hardest ones to make, and that's not always the case either. So time in the market, more screen time if you're a scalper, more research if you're a longer term trader, more reading if you're any type of trader. All of those things help towards those. So as I said with these videos, go back and look at these ones. Set a reminder in your calendar to go back and look at these in a month or so, because I think you'll get more out of it. So anyway, that's something just to think about. So that's about it. We're on to our last one now. Exciting stuff. But before you go, please subscribe and click the bell for these videos so we can keep you up to date. I'll be adding a whole lot more videos on other topics, more educational stuff, more interesting stuff. Also, bang over to my other website, tradearian.com, where you can just sign up for my email newsletter. There's nothing else there other than contact details and a few things. So sign up for the email newsletter. I don't send out many. Lack of interest, really. My lack of interest, I get bored with that stuff, and I don't want to spam people. Also join masterclasstrader.com if you're ready to go to the next level. There are my courses for active short-term trading, scalping styles, and a long-term trading approach that I think makes a heck of a lot of sense. And I love talking about. So have a look at those ones, and until next time, trade well.